this is Aaron with Steel Picking. In this video lesson, I'm going to go over some different ways that you can modulate from one key to the other. So in essence, this is 4 lessons because I'm going to show you 4 different ways to do that. And it's not real complicated, but I think it's maybe something that I thought I haven't touched upon before that might help you in your playing, and some musical situations that I've come across in the past when I've played with groups and bands. Now with this lesson, we will have a tab and backing track available on our Patreon site, and you can get that by clicking on the card above or the link in the description. So that'll get you over there and you can check that out. So I'm excited to share this with you and hope it's going to be helpful, and let's get started. Alright, let's look at this lesson now, working on the thought or the concept of how to modulate a song. And like I said at the outset, it's really, it's not real complicated, but it's something if you haven't done or not used to doing, it might be posing some issues with you. And hopefully I'll give you 4 different ways, each one's different, that you can go from one chord to another, or one key to another. And some of them are a little more not as common, so I thought I would include those. So I started out in the key of F. So if we're in the key of F at our 1st fret, and I'm going to stick with some real basic groups, and I'm doing that for a reason. You can play any of the major groups that you wanted to out of these chords. It'll work. I just simply was, for simplicity's sake, trying to stick with one chord group. And I'm using 10-8-6. So we're at our 1st fret, that's an F. We're in the key of F. So the chords are F at the 1st fret, B flat at the 6th fret, and C 7th at the 8th fret. So that's the most common chords if I was playing a song out of the key of F. Now in this instance, we're going to modulate from the key of F to the key of B flat, which is the 4 chord. So then we would be playing the song or the melody out of B flat. Now this isn't a real common modulation, but it's one I've run up on before, so I thought I would include that. Now the modulation chord is a chord we worked on in a previous lesson, showing you some alternate chords, and we're using our B pedal and C pedal and our F knee lever. So what we're playing here, I believe, is a F 9th augmented 5th. So I'll play the first modulation and then talk it out. Okay, so I went from F, B flat, C7, F, then I went to this F 9th augmented 5th chord. Then that brings me to the next chord, which is the key change, which will be B flat. Okay, now all I simply did was I played 10-8-6, then added my 5th string while that's ringing. 10-8-6 is a group, then pick 5. I did that in F. This 1st fret. I'm going to do the same thing at my B flat fret, which is the 6th fret. Okay, now here at the 8th fret, we're going to play a C7. I'm simply going to change the group up and include my 9th string. That's going to give me the 7th. The only thing I'm doing different, instead of playing 10-8-6, I'm playing 9-8-6, then adding 5. Goes back to the F chord, same group. Okay, our transition chord or our modulation chord is played at the 4th fret, B and C pedals, F knee lever, same group, 10-8-6, 5. Okay, so that's I believe an F 9th augmented 5th. Then it resolves to the new key change, which is B flat, 6th fret, starting back with our groups again. Okay, so I'll play that much again. Okay, so now we're in the key of B flat. The most common chords are B flat, which is the 1, E flat at the 11th, which is the 4. Then we're going to play an F or F7th at the 13th fret. We're using the same groups. We're playing 10, 8, 6 at the 6th fret for our B flat, then adding 5. The E flat at the 11th fret, we do the same thing. 10, 8, 6, add 5. Alright, the F7th, we play it just like we played the C7th. We move that string up from the 10th. We play 9, 8, 6. Add 5. 9, 8, 6, add 5. That gives us that F7th. Okay, then we go back to the 1 chord, which is B flat, back at the 6th fret, play 10, 8, 6, add 5. Now we're going to do a whole step modulation, and what I mean by that is we're going to go from the 6th fret to the 8th fret. Now if I was doing a half step, it'd be 6 to 7. But we're going to go all the way from B flat, the song or the melody is changing out of the key of B flat to the key of C major. Now to do that, we're going to go and we're going to play a G7th chord. And I'm going to do that like this. Okay, so we went B flat, E flat, F7th, B flat. So we're in the key of B flat. Now we're going to the key of C. The modulation chord is 10, 8, 6 at the 8th fret, B pedal, E to E flat, and E lever. Then we add 5. We play 5, 6, 8, A, B, and E to E flat, and E lever. Add 4. That resolves to C. Now we're in the key of C. We go back to our group. Okay, so what I'm showing you now is the way that you can modulate. So far we've got a way to modulate from a 1 chord to the 4 chord in that group. So from the first one we modulated from an F to a B flat chord or key. The second modulation, I'm showing you how to go from a B flat to a C chord, which in this instance, that is a whole tone modulation. So now we've got 2 different ways to go to modulate. Now we're in the key of C. The major chords in C are C, F, and G7. Now the way I'm doing that, I'm simply staying here at the 8th fret. I play 10, 8, 6, add 5. That's C. I simply press A and B pedals down, do the same group. That's an F chord. Now the G7th, same group, B pedal, E to E flat, and E lever. Then I do 2 measures of C, which is 10, 8, 6, 5. Then it goes to F, A and B pedals down, same group. Then it goes to G7, same group, B pedal, E to E flat, and E lever. Back to C. Now I'm going to show you how to do a modulation. We're going to go up another whole step. We're going to change the song out of the key of C to the key of D. So that's another 2-step, 1-2-step modulation. But instead of doing it like we did here, okay, we did this. So that got us from C to D by way of going down our keyboard or down our fretboard, and that is a little bit different, and it's a little more, maybe a little modern, or maybe something you haven't done before. So we're in the key of C. The chords are C, F, G7 here at the 8th fret. We go back to 4 beats of C. Then we've got 2 beats of C. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 of this A7. Now the way we do that, then we play 10, 8, 6, let that ring 2 beats. The modulation chords are a B7th, which is 5, 6, 9 at the 7th fret, a B flat 7th, which is simply moving that down to the 6th fret, 5, 6, 9. We're resolving on this A7th chord here at the 5th fret for 4 beats. And then we are in, now we're going to be in the key of D. Okay, now to play our D chord, we've got it right here at the 5th fret, 10, 8, 6, A and B pedals down, add 5. Okay, the chords in the key of D are D, G, and A7. Okay, the next chord then would be G. Simply go to your 3rd fret, play that group, 10, 8, 6. We need an A7th now. We go 9, 8, 6 at the 5th fret, add 5. Resolve to D at our 10th fret, 10, 8, 6. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to do a half step modulation. We're going to go from the key of D to E flat. So the way we do that is, I'll play it and then talk it out. Okay, so the way we do that then, we go 10, 8, 6 at our 10th fret, which is D, then add 5. Do that again, there's 2 measures of it. The modulation chord then is a B flat, and the way we achieve that is we simply go to the 11th fret, 10, 8, 6, which was the group we'd been doing, with B and E flat and E lever. That's a B flat 7th. We go to our 13th fret, A and B pedals down, no knee lever. That's a B flat. 8, 6, 5 here at the 13th fret, A and B pedals down. That's just another form of B flat. Then we resolve to our new key, which is E flat, 11th fret, 4, 5, 6, no pedals. Okay, so what we're trying to get across here is that if you're playing in any key, the most common chords would be the 1, 4, 5, and I'm giving you different ways to modulate. So it doesn't matter, say like you're in the key of B flat and I wanted to do that whole step modulation, I would simply transpose it. Okay, so if I was in the key of G and I wanted to go to A, I would use that same principle I used here. Okay, if I was in the key of G and wanted to just move up a half step, I would use the same principle or the same thing I did going from D to E flat. It's just a different key. Okay, same way if I want to go from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, if I'm in the key of G and we're modulating to C, I could do the same thing I did here out of this F to B flat. Or if I'm in the key of D and I wanted to go, key of A and want to go to D, I could use that same. Okay, so what we did, just to highlight real quick, we went from our very initial modulation, was showing you how to go from a 1 to a 4 chord to modulate on. In this instance, we were going from an F to a B flat. And the way we did that modulation, we went to the 3 above, B and C pedal, F knee lever, and that gives us a 9 sharp 5. Okay, so then the next one we did was a B flat to C modulation, which is a whole tone modulation, and we did that by simply going so we went to a G7th, we went to a, so to do that, okay, the next one we did a little bit different kind of modulation. We're doing another whole tone modulation, but we're going from C to D. We went down the neck. Okay, that would again work in any key. You just have to learn that. Then the very last one we did, we went from D to E flat, which is a half tone or a half step modulation. We did that by going. So that would work out of any key. If I was in E flat, want to go to E. So what you need to do, or what I would do, is take each one of these, because there's four different lessons I'm showing you, and work on each modulation, transpose that around. Like I said, the first one was F to B flat. Try that out of G, like trying to go from G to C, or if you're in A, try to go A to D, and work that out, get it down real smooth. Then go to the next one, which was B flat to C, which is a whole tone, moving up the fretboard. Work on that one. The next one was another whole tone modulation, C to D, but we went down the fretboard. Work that one up till you can get it playing out of any key. Then the last one was simply a half tone or a half fret modulation going from D to E flat. And that was going up the fretboard also. So work on that one, play it out of B flat or A flat, just any key to try to challenge yourself to memorize this fretboard. All right, so I think with that, I think that's quite a bit to do. I hope you'll get some use out of this and give me some comments back. Also, if there's different ways that you're modulating, let me know. I know there's different, so there's probably, that's the great thing about the steel. There's every player's probably got a different way to do a lick, or in this instance a modulation. So if you got some good things to help us out and want to share with us, well, let us know. Alright, as always, Jacob and I want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. And you can hit the like or the subscribe button, we'd appreciate that. If you'd like to check out any of the equipment that we're using, you can go to the Amazon link in the description, and that'll help you there. You can get some more information on how to purchase some of the stuff, or even get just information if you're curious about it. And also, like I said at the outset, there is a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get that by clicking on the card above or the link in the description. And I hope this was helpful. Hope that you can use it. And also, if I didn't say at the outset, if you have some different ways that you're modulating in your music that would be helpful for us here on steel picking, and maybe we could share with our other steel players, please put that in the description and share with us. We'd appreciate that, because we're trying to further the steel. The lessons that we're doing hopefully are helpful, but I'm sure there's different ideas out there, and we'd like to know if you have a different way to do it, maybe that I didn't think of or didn't cover, or if you had something that you wanted me to cover on this concept of modulation that I didn't touch upon. Just put in the comments and maybe we can make a video on that. So as always, Jacob and I just appreciate you. We appreciate our patrons who are helping us monetarily, and just keep picking.